and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Paige Ryans, and today we are talking about one of my favorite events, the 24th Annual Garden State Film Festival. Garden State Film Festival will return this year from March 26th through March 29th with over 200 films from various countries, screening at 9 different venues throughout Asbury Park and Cranford, New Jersey. Tickets are available at gsff.org/tickets, and there will also be tickets available at the door while supplies last. And now, let's meet today's filmmakers. I am here joined by Jason Pelsey, Raimi Gangarosa, and Stephanie Stewart, here to talk about their composition, Norma, Jeane, which is the movie music competition winner. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
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 Thanks for being here. We're excited to just chat about, your winning composition. So I hope that you're excited. Yay. All right. So why don't we just kind of start with introductions? If you wanted to each go around and talk about, just say your title with the film, and then we'll dive in. With the composition film, and then we'll talk about the composition.
Okay. My name is Jason Pelsey, and I am the composer for Marilyn's Dark Paradise.
Awesome. Never ring or Stephanie.
Okay. Sure. I'll go next. I'm Stephanie Stewart, and I played Marilyn in Marilyn's Dark Paradise, and technically co-producer. But what I did has nothing compared to what Raimi has done.
I don't know if I'd agree with Stephanie there, but I'm Raimi Gangarosa. I'm the director. Full disclosure for everyone who's watching, I am in an airport. I know it looks like I'm in an amazing living room, but that's not true. So here and there, you might see me muting the mic, and it's only because I don't think you want to hear some of these announcements. Unless any of you are joining my Southwest flight at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, again, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for the introductions. And I guess we could just dive right into talking about the film. I don't know if Raimi, did you want to just kind of, did you want to dive in and just tell us a little bit about the film? And then we'll kind of go to that, the composer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a project we've been working on for 10 years. Very excited that we got this to the finish line. In short story, it started around 2016, right around the time my brother Tony had gotten in a car accident, which was the inspiration for me to start this. I had always wanted to make a time travel film. And it just so happened that at that time, I had really been studying up on Marilyn Monroe, and I decided, why not blend those two things, blend the two concepts together, Marilyn's story, and then time travel, and then fast forward 10 years, working very, very hard to have a story that we can be proud of, that really does Marilyn justice. And yeah, it's just really cool to see us here in 2026 doing things like this in this interview.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, we're very happy to just, it's always just seeing new films and hearing new compositions is just always a great time. Very exciting. Jason, you're the composer on the film. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got connected with, how this concept kind of came to you and that process, what that process looked like for you?
Yeah, I met Raimi through our mutual friend Rob, and if I'm remembering correctly, because it was a few years ago, Raimi asked if I would do the trailer for a little movie he was doing, and I was like, heck yeah, of course, let's do it. And I composed that, and then that went from, oh man, you did a really good job on the trailer, can you do another song? And then I was like, yeah, sure, let's do another song. And then he said, can you do another song? And it just rolled into, can you score the whole movie? And here I am. I've scored the whole movie. And it was so fun. Raimi not only is a brilliant director, producer, but he's a brilliant friend. And I got some really good music out of this. I would say that it's some of my... I've done big movies. I compose in LA, for film and TV, and I've done some bigger movies. And I got to be honest, this is the best I could possibly do. I thought it's some of my best work. I am extremely proud of it. And through the process, I made some amazing, amazing close friends now as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm sure that's a great feeling. And especially just being able to look back on, your piece and, listen to it and just listen to it's just a rewarding experience.
It is.
And so also congratulations. I don't know if I said that already, but congratulations on
Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely. And so Stephanie, can you talk a little bit about how you got drawn to this project?
So I had actually auditioned for another movie that Raimi was actually an investor on, and he saw my audition tape, and he said that he had been looking for Marilyn for, I think, a good 4 years or something, and he happened to see my audition tape because of that film, and he messaged me and was like, "Hey, this sounds a little crazy, but I'm going to be in LA. Can we meet up?" And I was like, "Who is this guy? What is going on?" Okay, fine. But in a public space. And the moment that I met him, because just what Jason was saying about Raimi is absolutely true. He is a genuine, wonderful friend. And the moment I met him, my guard was down. We had full discussion about Marilyn and what she means to us, and what my journey with her has meant, and what his journey, just even acquiring half of the things for the film, was already like. It was absolutely amazing to hear his experience, to have a shared experience with that. I mean, it was really from that first meeting, I was like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do this. So it didn't take long.
That's great. That's great. And would you say, like, was there anything through playing this role that you learned about yourself, that you learned about your acting style, or anything like through that process that you want to take to your next projects?
Well, it's interesting because I've played Marilyn for a number of years, but it's always been mostly under the guise of like her personas, like from her movies, not her as the human, not her as the person. And so with this, it was doing a lot more of the deep dives into her fears, into things that, one of the things that she always feared was ending up like her mother and ending up in an asylum. And that actually did happen to her. And so I couldn't pull from my own experiences in that way. And I'm not a method actor because I've done that one time and it was not fun. But this was really the first time. And I mean, Raimi would push me. He would be like, "Nope, I see Stephanie. I don't see Marilyn." And it pushed me to a level in my acting that I didn't think was possible, where I really was able to separate self from character. And so I'm writing in these journals that he got me, and it's this flood of these emotions coming through. And I mean, there were times whenever Raimi would be like, "Okay, let's cut, let's move." And I was like, "No, we got to keep going because I can only sustain this for this long." And he just rolled with it. And I was so happy because he allowed so much space for me to explore. And I feel like through that, I was able to break through other barriers that I feel like I've had. So now I feel like moving into other things, I can kind of relate back to this experience here. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely. Definitely does make sense. And I think it's a helpful experience when you're able to just kind of like push yourself to just like different areas that you haven't, yet like you haven't yet explored. And then you kind of surprise yourself in a good way. So
Yeah.
I think it's an exciting journey. And kind of in relation to that, Jason, how did you go about matching that composition to just kind of the theme of the film? And like, what was that process like for you? Like inside Jason's mind during this, during the film?
Yeah, I definitely, I'm given guidance by directors and producers, and I'll listen, obviously, and but I got to tell you that sometimes some of the best work and the best melodies that I've been able to come up with have happened while I'm dreaming, and I'll wake up the next morning and I'll run out to the studio and press record and go, oh my gosh, perfect. For this one, I listened to and watched some of the old Marilyn Monroe movies. I looked at the time period, what instruments were in the time periods. And, you know, the process for me is a lot of it's laying down piano. I'm a concert pianist as well. I play everywhere in LA. And so a lot of the things that I do is I lay down piano. And then when I hear the piano played back to me, or while I'm playing it, I guess I hear the bass notes in the piano being the tubas, the cellos, the lower instruments. And then in the mid, I hear violins and higher cellos and clarinets. And in the high, I hear these other instruments and so on and so forth. So for me, laying down the piano is in my brain, if you want to know what's going on in here, is I can hear the whole symphony. I can hear all the different parts and I hear all the different things. And, you know, this happened to be one of those ones that I woke up one morning and was like, I know. I get it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes forever. You know, one of the, I didn't use a full orchestra, like a live orchestra or anything for this. I used software instruments, which are incredible nowadays. And, you know, it just, one of the hardest things about using software instruments is I have about 8 terabytes of them. Mm-hmm. So you have to sift through forever trying to find the right sound and the right emotion and everything. So that's sometimes the hardest thing. But once you get it, and once you have that initial melody, then everything just starts to kind of roll into it. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. And you start breathing and start creating. So it's a fun process. I do love it.
Yeah. It sounds great. And it's also like, I think it's a great feeling to just when something's in your mind, like in a dream, and you're able to just, you know, wake up and recreate that. Like, I feel like that's hard for me because usually when I wake up, I can't remember my dream. Yeah. So it's definitely a really good skill. So
hence the running.
Yeah. Emphasis on the
before I forget.
Well, that's awesome. Yes. I think it was a very great dream that you had. And I'm glad that you were able to just kind of step into that and see that vision. And Raimi, what would you say was your favorite part of this entire process? Like, was there anything that you learned about yourself, your directing style through this that you want to bring to your next project?
Yeah, I think that most times people try to put Marilyn's story into film. They don't really focus on her as the person, like Stephanie was saying. And I think to do that, it took a lot of organic work and finding the right people. And I've had people ask me, it took you 10 years to do a 23-minute movie? Really? 10 years? And the answer is yes, because we, A, wanted to do it correctly, and B, half of that time I waited for the right Marilyn. And I have a lot of friends who are Marilyn tribute artists, and I'm a member of the Marilyn community, which is an amazing community of people who support Marilyn's legacy. And I waited for Stephanie for 4 years, and I was very happy when I got the opportunity to meet her because she was really the only person who could pull this off. And I wouldn't change it. I think my style in the future is to wait for the right moments. So I might not be the perfect match for Hollywood, where sometimes things are so commoditized that you gotta work through it and spit it out very quickly. I'm very proud of the work we did. And, if I have a talent, I think it's finding the right people for projects. And Jason is no different. And so excited and happy. I mean, he spent 5 years on the compositions because an important thing for us was for everything to feel like Marilyn. Obviously, you have to have someone who can embody Marilyn, like Stephanie, to really pull something like this off, right? And the acting language that needs to come in there. She did an amazing, incredible job. It's something no one else could have done. Stephanie's the only one. And then, honestly, same thing with Jason. The composition, when you listen to the music, if you're a real Marilyn fan and you listen to it, it feels like her. And particularly this song, Norma Jeane, which, you know, like Jason said, he had a dream about it. I really believe that some of Marilyn came through and pushed this dream onto Jason, but he was able to make a language through the form of music. And when you listen to it, it's how Marilyn felt with the struggle of being in an orphanage and having a label as an orphan, even though she wasn't an orphan. She had a mother, right? And that identity crisis that she had. And how do you capture that in music? And this man here, Jason, I don't know how he does it, but the way that he pulls that off, you know, it tells a story. And it's really incredible. And so I think, to answer your question directly, I don't know if I would change much. I think that I know when the right moment comes, and I surround myself with really good people. And, you know, without a lot of other people who aren't on this call who worked on the film, the co-producer Gary, Rob, a lot of other people, Stephanie and Jason, the film doesn't happen without them. I'm so proud and happy that I got to meet them and work with them on this.
That's really, really, I'm very happy for each and every single one of you. I know that at this moment, it's just very special. So I think you should definitely be proud of yourselves and just proud of this accomplishment. Again, movie music competition winner, Norma Jeane. Congratulations again. Truly very excited for you and looking forward to just supporting each of you in your work, your future work, and your next projects as well. And again, to everyone watching, the Garden State Film Festival will be from March 26th through March 29th, Asbury Park in Cranford, New Jersey. 200 films from various countries, and you can get your tickets at gsff.org/tickets. Also, my question for you guys, will you be joining us at the festival this year in person?
Yes,
we will be.
Yay.
And so if you see, Stephanie, are you coming? I don't know if we talked through that yet.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make this one, unfortunately. And that kind of breaks my heart because I would absolutely love to come, but
we'll keep an empty seat for you, and actually one for Marilyn. So I did get 4 tickets. One's going to be for you, and one's going to be for Marilyn. And if anyone who's watching this sees Jason and I, come up to us. If you ever need a composer, let me clear this up. If you ever want the best composer in the world, he's going to be at this festival. So come and find him, Jason Pelsey.
Come say hi.
Come say hello. Yes, definitely. Maybe the filmmaker party. I think that's a good area. But again, thank you all so much. I really appreciate you being here. And congratulations again. And we'll see you at the festival.
Can't wait.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Take care.
See ya.